things you say too is that we cannot expect our children to live a more enlightened spiritual life if we're not willing to go there ourselves. That's really the issue.
You know, our children may grow up to be spiritual and find their way, but in the moment with them, we cannot expect them to be something that we are not willing to embody fully ourselves. You know, so I had a father come in one day and he said, you know, I wish my son was great at something. So I said to the father, and I take it you are great at something. Are you great at something? So the father said, not yet. So I said, why don't you work on that? You know, your child has another 40 years to catch up with you.
Wow.
So why don't you work on your greatness?
So that's a classic case of projecting.
Classic case.
You say it's important to celebrate the ordinariness of our children. Let's talk about that.
The ego says, because the ego roars with inadequacy and insecurity, the ego wants everything around it to be grand and idealized. So even with our children, we don't want them to simply be ordinary beings, fallible human beings. That's what we are. We want them to be the greatest manifestation of ourselves. So in doing that, unless they're winning the trophies and standing on the pedestals of glory, we will just completely not recognize them. You know? Little realizing that it's in the ordinary moments of when they get up in the morning and when we help them brush their teeth and when they bend down to tie their laces and when they stand up straight and look at themselves in the mirror. It's all these moment-to-moment instances that call for connection. But we are not trained.
No.
You know? Now we've just glossed over the ordinary
moments. You go through life,
moments.
you go to school, you drive them to school, you pick them up, and you don't notice anything.
Right. So then we're just missing our children's innate wonder in their ordinariness. But we're not trained to be attuned to that. So we keep waiting for them to do a grand gesture, and then we see them.
And that's what every human being is looking for.
Yes.
To be seen, to be heard, and to know that they matter.
Yes, I always say the essential questions of life that we go out seeking our whole life. Am I whole? Am I worthy? Do I matter? I have clients in their 50s and their 70s still asking for those questions to be answered. They're still looking. They're still looking.